Greetings, eternal diamond light tribe of the 144, shining brightly into the night, wayshowers of the new earth, waking up into the dawning of the new golden age of eternal life and eternal light of the Pure Land. Today, on May 8th, 2021, we received the biggest blast of higher frequency resonance of 110 Hz amplitude waves on the Schumann resonance, the most powerful and intense pulse of 5D gamma photon light of the year coming in. Keep riding the waves of sound and light into the new earth. Walk gently your sacred path with heart, connecting to all life in all realms, all timelines and dimensions in this now, resonating with the I Am presence of Great Spirit in action. Aho! And as these pulsing waves come in, as the crystal palace at the center of the brain goes into expansion, at times you may feel as if there is a great pressure, almost as if a spike coming down into the crown. Be sure to go outside if you're indoors. Step barefoot on the earth and look to the heavens to the north, and there you will see your fleet. And be sure to let us know what you're experiencing in the comments below the videos in these unprecedented times. For as the veil lifts, all is being revealed, all is being exposed in this false matrix, so that we can resolve and transmute the lower 3D frequencies into that of the heart resonance, 5D and beyond, with these 110 Hz blasts coming in. This is filtering down from 12D through the dimensions into 5D, lifting Gaia and all her children into the resonance of the new earth, fifth dimensional frequencies of the golden age of the new Jerusalem. Over the last 24 hours, we had 134 activations, M1.5 or greater earthquakes on Pachamama, the most powerful today, 5.1 in South Sandwich Islands. We had many activations again on the Ring of Fire starting this morning in Japan, Miyako 4.2, and in the heart of Lemuria, Pahala, Hawaii 3.0, Oaxaca, Mexico 4.1, Banda C on the Ring of Fire 4.4, Tonopah, Nevada 4.4, off the coast of Oregon, not too far from where Eagle and Condor are anchoring into the grid 3.8, Philippines 4.5, Harrington, Kansas 3.2, another 4.4 activation, Bengkulu, Indonesia 4.4, Divine 44, creating the 8.8 portal of the Lion's Gate, the Lyran nation of the Royal Lions of Lemuria, with us now. Mandraki, Greece 4.3, Itzu Islands, Japan 4.7, Guadalupe 4.0. We had a 3.5 activation, Dominican Republic 3.0, Mentone, Texas, San Antonio, Puerto Rico, multiple activations 3.1, 3.4. Iwaki, Japan, Fukushima 4.4, South Pacific Ocean, right on the Tropic of Capricorn 4.7, Harrington, Kansas again 3.2, and then the most powerful 5.1, South Sandwich Islands in the South Atlantic. This is the new Atlantis energy, Divine Masculine. Peru, South America, right on the coast, south of the equator 4.8, 12 of the Divine Feminine. Coho, Alaska 3.4, Loving, New Mexico, United States 3.1, and the portal in Iran 4.2, Puerto Rico 3.0, and then on the west coast of Africa in Gabon 4.5, Puerto Rico 3.0, and the sacred portal were the three holy mountains, Tian Shan, Celestial Mountain, Kunlun in the middle, Himalayan in the south. In Tajikistan, 4.4, Divine 44. Hermosa Beach, California, 3.5. Yukon, Canada, north, 4.9, 13. The Sacred Goddess, Indonesia, 4.4. Multiple 44 activations, creating multiple portals of the 8.8, the Lion's Gate, fully activated in this now. This is the core of the lion, the Leo. This is the heart of courage, activating all warriors of the new earth in this now. We now continue with the Sabian symbols. Right now, the moon at 19 degrees, 33 minutes Aries, the sun at 18 degrees, 43 minutes Taurus. The current Sabian symbol for the sun at 19 degrees Taurus, a new continent rising out of the ocean. May this be the return of Lemuria. The current Sabian symbol for the moon at 20 degrees Aries, a young girl feeding birds in winter. From astrologyweekly.com. Today from Divine Sister of the Light, S.A. Smith, Schumann resonance spikes again. May is bringing in massive energies. The Schumann resonance spiking is just one of the tools we use to show this. The best one is you. How are you feeling? When did your discomfort begin? Did your ears ring with it? Did you just have a sense that something was up and came here to see? That's all you connecting into you. That's how all of this works. You have all the answers inside of you. You're just beginning to trust those answers. Soon it'll be your main source of understanding everything. You'll go inside for all the answers, outside and around you. You are an amazing, brilliant being. Keep upgrading. Keep trusting in you. Put your ego mind aside and let your true self guide your way. It's time, Divine One, to wake up and remember. A girl in the universe.com. And now my sacred Condor. Pull a tarot card from the deck. Forest of Enchantment from Linnea Weatherstone. The card she pulled for you today is Weaver of Visions. The Weaver of Visions is a shape-shifting enchantress, and the sacred lake is her place of magical transformation. The water surface is a boundary line between the worlds, a threshold where she crosses from one state of being to the other. The Weaver is most herself in the watery realms, though she can sometimes be seen among the trees if you look quickly enough. Whether as a woman or as the leaping salmon, she acts on instinct, surrendering without question to the yearnings of her heart. She is the elusive one, the glimmering girl. She is love at first sight. She is poetry. If this card does not represent a particular person, it can mean a solution that comes through imagination and intuition rather than logic or analysis. Listen to your heart and trust its guidance. Character traits: dreamy, intuitive, psychic, empathic, emotionally sensitive, graceful, subtle, a bit mysterious, devotes herself to those she deeply loves. Shadow traits: changeable, moody, hypersensitive, hard to read, passive, plays the victim, overwhelmed by emotions and the needs of others, tends toward depression. From Divine Sister of the Light, Laura Pleiadian, the virtual universes, starlight activations, 9 of 111. This is a transmission as experienced in the universal fabric of reality through the view of the entirety of the virtual universes. The interactive simulations of realities where there are players versus those waking up to the next levels open up the inner gateways to the realizations of this simulation. A new program has been inserted as an active option to complete the reality you are in and then enter the next level, the next reality universe experience. Humans may stay at the level they are at and in the game they are at through the fabric of their reality in which they experience and perceive their virtual existence in the universe they are simulated in. They may also flip a switch in the fabric of their reality, as everything is interconnected at the level they are immersed in. The active program insertion is the option to switch this switch and enter the next level universe experience. Players may wake up and enter this change through the change in conscious inner frequency. One may choose to wake up or not. Emitting a change in inner frequency is the flipping of the switch which alters the entire fabric of their virtual universe into an entirely different virtual universe of experience. To gain access to be aware of this new potential and to experience the awakening out of the current virtual world one exists in, one must first identify the truth of the virtual reality they are existing in and throughout. The virtual universe is not solid. It consists of simulations, which are fabrications of frequency. Beings are programmed and existing through as if in a giant computer program of frequencies, light and codes, emitting information and allowing visuals to appear as they are, as they do appear as if solid, which simply is the emitting of a frequency in the level one is at, which is the idea in that level of solid state. When one reaches the higher levels and sees things as they are as simulation, which consist of codes, light, and frequency, and see the interconnection of it all, they become the virtual reality masters, as they no longer live as automated programs, and they have excelled in the program, and they enter the higher state of conscious input into the virtual universes. They then become creators of the programs and insert approved, new levels of simulated realities that they have created. We will end this transmission as this is a lot to assimilate through the simulations. This will continue as we have much to share about the newly inserted active program and the human experience of becoming insertable into the new experience universe. From the new divinehumanity.com and from Divine Sister of the Light, Aluna Joy Yashkin. It is clear that reality has gone into a whole new frequency of evolution. We are 6 days past the 20 portal days. I am very late posting this because I have been totally leveled and I'm hardly functioning. Even as I write this, a new and larger solar flare has hit the planet, and it makes me feel so heavy and a bit grumpy. I am feeling like I am the primordial goo inside of a transformational cocoon, almost formless, with no individuality or direction, just part of everything. I feel like the old reality is now fading away and forgotten, sort of like trying to remember a bad dream. If there was ever a world between worlds, this is it. These past 20 core days have triggered a huge realignment that is so beyond our current consciousness that I don't even know how to describe it properly, but I know you are feeling it. During the last 4 days of the 20 core day long Kundalini portal from 426 through 429, we felt many things that might be clues for what lies ahead. I was feeling things like little windows of possibility changing in the ethers, and spirit that will begin building foundations for our future. I found renewed interest in doing maintenance around my business and getting things in order. I had a feeling of preparation and getting ready for something new and bigger. I almost had a dream that I cut off all my hair, which means that we are ready to let go of the past and history and begin preparing for the future. All this is just starting to be built in spirit, but it is not in the physical realm just yet. Once this is fully formed in the ethers, it will come to manifest in the physical world in stages. We are here at a huge fork in the road. A big core choice will be made. This could be a life or death decision or just minor adjustments and everything in between regarding your path and direction. The last 4 days offered the most condensed evolution and triggered the deepest work. Progressive creations were being birthed with strong convictions, but now that these days have passed, we are challenged to hold it together and rise up to this new occasion. We will need some space to integrate and gain the ability to contain this new stage within our human form. We might be faced with self-interest versus self-sacrifice, and an even greater need to stay balanced. We will be able to receive wisdom from both physical and ethereal sources. This is a deep purification that could trigger our inner healer. From here on, creation will start to manifest in a new way. I am seeing little clues all around me. Nothing under the sun can get in the way of this grand evolution of our body and spirit and your world. Absolutely nothing. Not anything that has been perceived in your world as a danger to your health, abundance, well-being, freedom, and your divine purpose can touch this profound evolutionary process. This time is more commanding than any enemy you may have or any roadblock that you enter. Trust the process. Keep your balance. Listen to your heart, the star elders. Blessings and peace to all. From alunajoy.com. Today from Divine Sister of the Light, Sandra Walter. Have you felt these realm-shifting frequencies? The Stargate message for May is consistent activity and acceleration, palpable and evident. These organic gateways are open wide since mid-April, delivering the strongest cosmic rays on record. Daily Schumann flows, solar activity increasing, and new harmonics singing a new way of being into form. We move into the eclipse zone quickly, alignments happening in this now. Notice the frequency activating the crystalline experience within and without. Plants and elementals are expressing their crystalline self. Ask for this crystalline revelation and receive. Be with them in this divine code exchange. I am witness to this plasma emanating from all things organic in this now, from ascensionpath.com. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Karen Lithica. Leaders of light, visualize a world filled with love and awe, a place of unity and happiness, where manifestation is instant, a community of high vibrational beings. See us in unconditional harmony and love, a multidimensional wonderland. Focus on your heart and connect to us. Infinite being you are, sending waves of cosmic love, the Arcturians and Karen Lithica from KarenLithica.com. From Divine Sister of the Light, Judith Kusel. Your soul has been prepared for this momentous time through many lifetimes and existences. You knew the old earth would cease to be and a new born before you incarnated. This is a time of intense initiation for souls to see if they indeed can make the transition into the new earth. Many will abort mission because of fear. Many will leave the planet because their soul contracts are complete. Indeed, there are so many souls who are holding the light steady and indeed are already leading the way fearlessly and with great love. The great purification is now started in earnest. What was before was just the beginning. All is gaining momentum now. From JudithKusel.com. From Divine Sister of the Light, Celia Fenn. New sunspot AR2822 exploded on May 7th, producing an M3.9 class solar flare, one of the strongest flares of young solar cycle 25. NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory recorded the explosion near the sun's northeastern limb. Shadowy wave emerging from the blast site is a solar tsunami, a swell of hot magnetized plasma about 100,000 kilometers tall, racing along the sun's surface at 250 kilometers per second. That's 560,000 miles per hour. A pulse of ultraviolet and X radiation from the flare ionized the top of Earth's atmosphere. This in turn caused a shortwave radio blackout over North America. Ham radio operators and mariners may have noticed strange propagation effects at frequencies below 30 megahertz, with some transmissions below 15 megahertz completely extinguished. Yes, this explains why so many of us are feeling jittery and anxious. Solar cycle 25 is taking off. Yes, indeed, things are shifting big time. Nothing is the same or ever will be. The new is incoming. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Leah Whitehorse, Lua Astrology. Venus in Taurus square Jupiter in Aquarius. Ceres enters Taurus. The plate is piled high. Mother Earth is abundant. Like a cartoon scene, technicolor flowers bloom everywhere as a bluebird sings. It's beautiful and overwhelming. This is Venus of Willendorf, full of curves and ample layers, exuding fertility. But Venus is on the final degree of Taurus, a degree associated with the weeping sisters. Despite everything on offer, there is discontent and insatiable desire. Expectations are so high that whatever we have leaves us hungering for more. Resist the urge to fill the gap by overindulging in food, alcohol, or spurious relationships. Having more isn't going to fix it. Pursue simple pleasures to find your way back to yourself and what really matters. savor a sweet apple, a chocolate square, a lover's kiss, soft breeze on your skin. If these aspects make you more aware of scarcity than abundance, choose to have faith that the future will reveal its precious gifts, all in good time. Real joy comes from staying true to your heart. From LeahWhitehorse.com. And from Harmonic Convergence 2020 through 2028, the fractal resonance of number 144 across time. Yesterday marked a key synchronic intersection of harmonic resonance between the Gregorian count and the galactic count of 260 days and the Venus cycle. How is this? On the Gregorian calendar, yesterday was the 3rd day of the 12th month of the year, and on the Tzolk'in count of 260 days, it corresponds to Kin 144, 12 times 12, and the start of the 12th cycle of the 13 days, with the 13 times 20 harmonic module. In other words, both dates are coded by a triplet of 12s. Gregorian 3.12 equal 3 times 12 equal 12 plus 12 plus 12. Tzolk'in, Kin 144, 12 times 12, wave spell 12. On the other hand, today marks the completion of 19 cycles of 144 days each, since the rare Venus transit of 2012. 19 cycles of 144 days correspond to a perfect flower of life, comprised by 144 days each. Time is art. This is then a perfect opportunity to explore in more detail the multidimensional significance of 144 across the fabric of time-space. Let's review some of the most relevant aspects surrounding this sacred number that will reveal why it still plays a transcendental role in our everyday life. 144 in sacred geometry, time-space intersection of sacred proportions. The Fibonacci sequence, as you know, reflects patterns of growth spirals found in nature. That doesn't make it important as such, it just makes it a natural phenomenon, like seeing ripples in a pond or noticing the 5-fold pattern of digits at the ends of each of our limbs. There is an underlying geometry in the evolution of living things, and that is important. Why? Because most people are unaware of this. Even Darwin never mentioned it in his theory of natural selection. Once the underlying geometry of evolution becomes common knowledge, it will cease to be that important. Or rather, it will be as important as you want it to be, depending on what your interests are. The Fibonacci sequence is much more than just a number sequence, just as my hands are much more than the fingers at the end of my arms. Lucian, Windrich, Anthropology. Number 144, 12 times 12, corresponds to the 12th position on the Fibonacci sequence, a mathematical principle present in all nature and also embedded into the 13-unit structure of the cosmology of time. 144 is therefore the only number on the logarithmic spiral that is square and a circle, spiral, at the same time, a divine intersection of the golden proportions where space, square, and time, circle meet. These harmonic attributes may explain why the Maya devised this number as the basis of their sacred Baktun count of 13 periods of 144,000 days each. 144 in time from 144,000 days to 1,440 minutes in a day. From the perspective of fractal time, it seems relevant to note that the entire evolution of modern civilization can be plotted along these 13 stages of 144,000 days each. 3,113 BC through 2012 AD, as we can appreciate on the 13 Baktun map of recorded history introduced by Jose Arguelles on the Mayan Factor in 1987. This map holds the original 13-unit master template where we can locate critical intersection points between both the artificial and the natural time matrices within the larger context of the historic evolution of civilization. On December 21st, 2019, we completed a perfect cycle of 7 years from the galactic alignment of December 21st, 2012, and the closing of the 13th Baktun, long count marker 13.0.0.0.0. Number 13 corresponds precisely to the 7th position on the Fibonacci spiral. Day 144 of the 13 moon year will take place in 13 days and correspond to kin 157, 1 Earth, opening the 13-day cycle of synchronicity and evolution. Since time is fractal, this means that after crossing the event horizon on December 21st, 2012, and December 22nd, 2012, we started a whole new Baktun cycle of 144,000 days, the 14th Baktun since the start of the great cycle of history, and also entered a brand new 7,200-day Katun that is coded by kin 1, 1 dragon. The entire new 144,000-day Baktun cycle is governed by number 13 on traditional Maya long count. In simple words, number 13 acts as the Baktun bearer of this entire 144,000-day cycle that started on December 22nd, 2012, long count marker 13.0.0.0.0.1. The 14th stage of the evolutionary process will come to an end on March 25th, 2407 on kin 72, perfect half of 144. The 13th Baktun of 144,000 days was a critical evolutionary threshold for humanity, as it was during this window when the European expansion and colonization of the New World by the Old World took place, and the Mesoamerican temples were covered either by the jungle or by the cathedrals built on top of them by the Catholic Church. It was at the end of the 12th Baktun and the start of the 13th Baktun, LC 12.0.0.0.0, in the year AD 1618, when the Gregorian calendar took root as the institutionalization of false time and spread through the entire world. The 144,000-day period signaled a clash of epic proportions between the two main archetypal antagonistic forces playing now on Earth, the forces behind entropy and chaos, and the forces behind evolution and harmony. It was during this last 13th Baktun period when the mechanization of time took place via the invention of the mechanical clock. Within this artificial time matrix, the most basic unit of time, 1 day, is comprised by 1,440 minutes of mechanical time. We may ask now, how did we end up trapped within this perpetual 1,440-minute cycle of the machine after being able to track evolutionary cycles of 144,000 days? What other layers of the artificial time matrix are coded by this number? 144 in physics, the harmonic of light. Using this mechanical division of time as your yardstick for measurement, it turns out that as demonstrated by the work of Bruce Cathy, the speed of light in free space has an angular velocity of 144,000 minutes of arc per grid second. He named this 24-hour 12 plus 12 partitioning of the full day as Earth time. 144 in Venus cycles, flower of light in time. Given their rare occurrence, Venus transits were revered and carefully tracked by many ancient cultures around the Earth, including the Maya. The next Venus transit will take place in the year 2117. As mentioned above, today kin 145 marks the completion of 19 cycles of 144 days each since the rare Venus transit of 2012, giving birth to a perfect flower of life comprised by 144 days each. In other words, we are 144 days away from completing 20 cycles of 144 days for a total of 2,880 days since this rare celestial event. Therefore, 2880 days corresponds to 2 cycles of 1,440 days each. Recalibration in time of golden proportions. Now seems relevant to remember that on October 15, 2025, we will complete a perfect phi harmonic fractal of 161,803 days since the implementation of the reform on October 15, 1582. This Gregorian Phi Day will take place then exactly 443 years from day 1 of the Gregorian count in 1582 on this fractal numerical scale. Day 100,000 took place on July 30th, 1856. On this date, we completed 144 million minutes since the start of the Gregorian count, a harmonic fractal of 144,000 days contained in one Baktun. This is an astonishing synchronization and serves as a powerful reference point in the near future and as a signal that we still have 6 years to reach a critical mass that has shifted from the erroneous, irregular, and illogical Gregorian calendar for the perfect, perpetual harmony of 13 moons, months of 28 days. May peace and harmony prevail on earth in Lakek. From Tortuga1320.com. Today from the Tzolk'in Times. Kin 145, Red Lunar Serpent. Lunar is the name for the number 2, and its keywords are polarize, challenge, and stabilize. The second day of any wave spell is all about identifying what stands in your way. The first day sets the agenda, and the second day looks at which obstacles need removing before any progress can be made. As John Lennon said, there are no problems, only solutions. Consider what prevents you from moving forward and sort it out. Today is Red Serpent, and it represents life force, instinct, and survival. The serpent is a very sensual and sensitive creature, aware of every little movement in the vicinity. Serpent teaches us to use our senses and pay attention to what is going on. As it is a lunar day, you can use your senses to understand what issues in your life need addressing. Sometimes we over-intellectualize problems instead of using the senses we have. Be still, be aware, and like a serpent, strike out when the moment is right. And from Divine Sister of the Lights, Christina Papagiorgio, Red Lunar Serpent, Kin 145, 8th of May 2021, Stabilizing Life Force, 852021 equal 855 equal 810 equal 18 equal 9, 8 Infinite Abundant Source Flow, 5 Freedom, Change, Transformation, Liberation, 10 Manifestation, Leader, Power, Authority, 9 Destiny, Service, Divine, Endings, Humanity, Kin 145 equal 10 Manifestation, Leadership Code, a powerful day to take the reins to overcome your challenges and arise victorious. Day 2 in the Yellow Seed Wave Spell of flowering, new beginnings, ripening, opening to more light and blossoming into your highest potential. Today we are responding to the Earth's impulses in order to ground more vitality and life force into our physical reality, vessels, and creations. Tone of creation, lunar, tone 2 in the physical realm. The lunar tone represents the sacred twins, cooperation, relationship, polarity of male and female, and duality. Its action polarizes, power challenges, essence stabilizing. Yesterday we magnetized and attracted spiritual energy, and today we anchor that energy in our physical bodies in the body of Gaia. The lunar tone may also reveal challenges, in order to recognize and release anything stopping us from expanding into our greatest potential and fully claiming our life force. Planetary service. We are also seeking to heal and balance the Kundalini forces of Gaia today, through her planetary chakra points and sacred sites, harmoning her yang, plumed serpent, Quetzalcoatl, masculine line, and yin, rainbow serpent, feminine, ley lines that encircle the earth, meeting and parting as they perform their sensual dance of the two serpents, embracing as one at each union, Lake Titicaca and Bali, the planetary purification center. The lunar tone seeks to stabilize these polarized forces of Gaia, bringing greater harmony to our planet. Visualize the smooth and sensual connection of our two planetary serpents, bringing their much-needed combined harmonic energies through greater vitality and sustained life force, pulsing through Uluru, our planetary power center, Gaia's meridians and planetary body, infusing the land with healing frequencies. It is done. And so, beloveds, may we receive great healing for our physical vessels today, as we stand barefoot upon our great Earth Mother, Nova Gaia. Today's question is, how can I stabilize and ground more life force and vitality in order to heal my physical body and that of Gaia, ready to pursue my passion on New Earth? Divine blessings for the stabilization and healing of any polarizing forces today. And Lakek Alakin, Christina White Magnetic World Bridger, Kin 66, Kin 145, Red Lunar Serpent. The mantra, the code for today is, I polarize in order to survive. Stabilizing instinct, I seal the store of life force with the lunar tone of challenge. I am guided by the power of navigation. And on this powerful day of navigating, transforming, and transcending, let us know, beloved beings of light, in the comments below what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, your dreams, your visions, and your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below and the little bell to get notifications on future updates. And as always, we have a link in the description below to the transcriptions of today's transmissions, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. Now, I'd like to take the time to thank everyone for supporting us in our work. We rely on our monthly pledges on Patreon and donations for our daily living expenses. So if you'd like to support our work and help us to be able to continue doing these daily transmissions and continue our work, you can make a pledge on patreon.com/primedisclosure. I'd like to thank Divine Angel of the Light, Julian Wedich, for your donation today. I'd like to also thank Divine Sister of the Light, Lisa Lane, for your donation. We appreciate you both very much and appreciate all of you for your continued support. We will only be able to continue this work online with the support of all of you and your donations and pledges, so thank you very much. I'd like to also thank everyone supporting my Sacred Condors art business on Etsy. We have 3 more days until the 11th, May 11th, to take advantage of her Mother's Day sale of 20% off all of her handmade art. I'd like to thank Divine Sister of the Light, Debbie, for your beautiful review today. So be sure to check out my queen's beautiful art, LunaGoddessArt.com. Now we're going to end today's transmission with powerful code from our Pleiadian bro stars and sisters of the light and a divine decree. Pleiades 1 Messages, May 8th, 2021. P1 calling Terrans for origins recognition. Attention for calls in PVSE-SDE. Crystalline creativity is active. Plastic orders expand in divine. Conduct failures are notified. Special projectors are updated. Orbit changes happen. Port 144 liberated. Divine teaching standards are announced. Neva support in tune, 22% non-regressive. Port 144 released. Divine teaching standards are announced. Nevic Terran reverberation, 21% non-regressive. Attention, the line, the bearers of the star. Supportive projector for illumination started, 29% non-regressive. Miasmic disillusions are still in progress. Ashtarans fly over specific environment for timely notifications. Sacred temples resurface. FDH special reverberation of projector, 65% non-regressive. The light celebrates. TEC1 plus harmonizations are initiated, 89% non-regressive. Waves released for actions. Temporarily end of transmission. Pleiades 1 potentiating shamanic inheritances from disclosurenews.it. And now a powerful divine decree from Divine Sister of Light Sandra Walter. I invoke the blazing crystalline solar presence of perfecting activity to qualify all of my energy with the divine Christ frequencies. From AscensionPath.com. So thank you for joining us today, beloved beings of light. Tomorrow, Sunday the 9th, Mother's Day, 11/22 coming in. Be sure to celebrate and give thanks and gratitude to our great mothers. I will be spending the day with my queen, who is one of the greatest mothers in all timelines and dimensions, and her 3 crystal children will be celebrating the day in the beauty of family, connection, unconditional love, and celebration of life, and our connections and love for each other, and our families, and our people, and our tribes. I am very honored and blessed to be with my sacred queen, most amazing woman and mother in my life and all eternity. So be sure to honor your queens and mothers and goddesses on this most auspicious day. And we honor our great mother, Gaia, Pachamama, and send her our love and healing and blessings and the violet ray from our mighty I Am presence, and transmit our love and our bliss and our compassion to our families, our friends, our tribes, all our brothers and sisters in this realm, and all timelines and all dimensions, as we transcend beyond all programs and codes and conflicts and dramas, and live from our heart center, being connected to all things and all timelines. And we honor you on this day and all days. So be sure to make this Mother's Day a beautiful and blessed day, and make it the best day ever. The eagle and the condor love you all. Namaste.